Hey everybody, it's Lo and welcome back to my channel, Lo Without Limits. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what I eat in a weekend at work, this time at the Oscars for E. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. So it is Oscars weekend, the last award show of the main award season. So the last weekend that I'll be working for a pretty long time, maybe until next year, like next award shows. It's a little after 9 a.m. I have to be in around 10 a.m. So I'm gonna leave here close to 9:30. That way I have time to drive, park. Before I go, I'm a little hungry and I just know that it's gonna be a long day. So I'm actually gonna make myself some eggs on top of the little cauliflower thins. So I'm gonna do that, but last night I also still have my Instant Pot here, so I also did hard boil 6 eggs. So I'm gonna take 2 with me today to have as a snack later, since Crafty, as you've seen, doesn't always have the best stuff, just so I can have something. And then lunch is walk away. So I'm going to get started on my coffee, and then while I drink my coffee, I will have my breakfast. Also, look at how sad my apartment looks. Give you a little tour here. Everything's pretty much gone except for the big stuff that the movers are coming for on Monday. So by the time you're watching this video, everything will be out of this little old place, little studio, and it'll be at the new place. Figured I'll bring you along making breakfast with me. So I'm gonna warm up my toaster oven. It's on the toast setting, and I just let it warm up for a bit. And then I'm going to add these cauliflower thins. I'm gonna add 2. I don't have my little phone tripod with me. That is at the new place, so you're in a cabinet. Next, I'm going to heat up water. While that is heating up, I'm going to measure out 19 grams of coffee just on this, and I'm going to grind it in here. This coffee is the Stumptown Holler Mountain, which I really enjoy. Austin is much better at the coffee, and I'm excited to have him make it for me every morning. And then I'm going to put the lid on it, but I'm not gonna grind it up until the water is all done. That way it's fresher. And now you can see it, this is all heated up, so I'm going to put the cauliflower thins in there. It's getting so loud now, so sorry about that. While the water finishes boiling, I'm gonna start on the grinding. And then I'm gonna put a little bit in here just to wet the paper and to kind of start to warm up the glass. That way it doesn't get shocked. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna start heating up my little pan on my stove. Some avocado oil. Put this into the paper. Make sure it's reset to 0, and make yo coffee. All of my reusable like Ziploc containers are at the new place because I moved a lot, like most of my kitchen stuff over. So I still have this old cocoa jar that I like to use for like chia pudding and things like that, and I managed to shove my 2 hard-boiled eggs in this. So this is what I'll be taking to work. And the cauliflower thins look crispy, so I'm gonna take them out to let them cool before I put my avocado on it, because if I put avocado on it while they're still warm, because it's cauliflower, then they'll just get too mushy and they won't crisp up really. This is just for doing them in the toaster oven, but when like Austin and I make those sandwiches at his place on his cast iron on the stove, works really, really well. They will get crispier. All right, now the coffee is done. Now I'm just going to crack the eggs. And once those get pretty white around there, then I will do the water part. Until then, I will mash up the avocado. Once the bottoms have whitened, do a splash of water and let it steam so the top cooks while the inside stays runny. Sprinkle on the everything but the bagel and a dash of cayenne. My breakfast, it's gonna be a nice Saturday. It's always a nice Saturday when this is how it starts out. It is 7 p.m. I'm back at mine. So today for lunch, it was a walk-away lunch, but you had to eat it back in their eating section. That way they know that you're 6 feet away from everybody. So I ordered California Pizza Kitchen because there's one across the street. A bunch of us walked over there, picked up our orders, and I got the Waldorf chicken salad. I got the full size and I added avocado. It was very good. Not super keto friendly just because I'm not sure what's in the vinaigrette and because it has the grapes and the candied pecans and walnuts and everything. So because those are like, have some like sweetener on it, they're usually like a good like fatty source, but of course, having that adds a bit more carbs, and I also had the green apple. So not super low carb because of the sugar content, but very good and very, very filling. And also, since I did have a full breakfast this morning, I didn't really need a snack until once it hit like 1:30, I got my lunch. I was hungry for the lunch. I also had a latte from the Coffee Bean, just a regular latte with oat milk, no added sweetener or anything. And then I sipped on that after I ate and was back at my desk and did not get hungry, didn't feel like snacking, didn't bust out my hard-boiled eggs. So I still have those, and I might have them later on in case I get a little snacky later. But after I left at 5:30, stopped by Target to pick up a couple things, and in that same shopping center is a Mendocino Farms, so I picked up a sandwich from there, so very much not keto or low carb, and a side of one of their little sides, like a kale apple thing, so also not super low carb because of the sugar content of the fruit, but super excited. I got the Farm Club. It's my favorite from Mendocino. So if you haven't been to Mendocino, get the Farm Club. And I got it on gluten-free bread and didn't change anything about it. So I'm going to have my dinner now, again, 7 p.m. Dinner from Mendo, because I have absolutely nothing in my refrigerator except for more hard-boiled eggs and tomatoes. Here is the Farm Club from Mendocino Farms. There's avocado, turkey, tomato, arugula. I think there's bacon on there, yeah. It looks like pickled red onions and then some sauce at the bottom. Again, I did it on the gluten-free bread. And then I got a small side of the kale and apple salad. So just kale, apple, candy pecans, and I think there's like a few other things in there. So this is pretty good as well. So this shall be my dinner. And it's probably gonna keep me super full, but again, I do have those hard-boiled eggs in case I get hungry later on. Sunday morning, it's Oscars day, and I made myself something similar to yesterday. I had 2 of the cauliflower thins left, so I warmed those up, put my last 2 eggs on top, but I was out of avocado, so this is all it's gonna be. I let the eggs cook more, that way they're not runny, and I can just kind of eat them a little bit quicker because I'm also running late. Need to call an Uber because I'm Ubering today because it's gonna go to like 10, and I just don't like driving that late with my narcolepsy. Started my dishwasher, so also need to take out trash. Yeah, I'm running late because I was like distracted by packing things up, and then I was like, no, Lauren, you actually need to get ready. And then I was like, make your bed, Lauren. And then I was like, or you can pack. I also have my coffee. It's still a little warm, so I just closed it. That way it doesn't lose any more heat. And I'll have that once I get there. This morning when I took my vitamins, like one didn't swallow right, and it's like, it feels like it's stuck between my lungs. And then I ate really quickly because I thought my Uber was coming, but then they kept canceling. And now I just feel like everything's stuck between my lungs. But I'm just gonna drink enough coffee to wash it down. It is 10:30, I'm finally back. Went a little bit longer than expected, but my friend just dropped me off, so I didn't have to Uber back. And I'm feeling a little hungry, but I'm also just so tired that like I know that I don't need to eat just to fall asleep right away. And this morning, how I mentioned that I took one of my pills and it like went down sideways or something, I had this pressure in my chest like all day, and then it kind of went away, but at lunch it felt like all the food was just building on top of that, and that pressure came back, and then it kind of started to go away. Same thing happened after dinner. And then even if I just walk around too much, like at one point I was sitting down for quite a while and it wasn't super noticeable, and then I got up, walked over to the restroom, which was a little bit of a ways away, used the restroom, and then when I was walking back I felt it again. So that's just super uncomfortable, so I just don't want to put more food on top of that. But food today was so good. So the Roosevelt catered it, and honestly, if you guys watched my one on the Golden Globes, like the Beverly Hills team could take some notes, because the Roosevelt always has really good food. So I was really excited that it wasn't a catering company and that the hotel did it. So for lunch, I had a green salad plus some of a Mediterranean salad with a little piece of salmon, and then some cinnamon sweet potatoes, which were just so good. And then for dinner, I had some roasted vegetables as well as a little bit of caprese salad, and then some short rib, some braised short rib, which was amazing and just so tender and like fell apart. It was so good. So had that. Also just had some coffees today, and then because of my chest, I was like Googling things to do. Apparently there's some Coca-Cola trick where if you like sip on Coca-Cola, the carbonation can kind of like help get things moving in your esophagus. and I went over to Crafty and asked if they have a soda, and I just really never drink soda except for Olipop's. So I was like, what soda do you have? Like, I'll take anything. She's like, no, we just have LaCroix. So I had the berry LaCroix. I had like half of it. I was just taking little sips, hoping that the carbonation would help out, and it didn't really help too much because I still feel it. But again, 10:30 p.m. The movers are coming bright and early tomorrow, so I'm just gonna call it a night, but that is what I ate this weekend at the Oscars. Turns out I had food in my teeth the entire time for this last bit. But anyway, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you like to eat while you're at work and what you want to see more of on my channel. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe. I upload a new video every Wednesday. So until the next one, thanks for watching.